a 4-star Shark, and the King a pretty good colt himself. And Sabatelli thinks he's got a shot. He said he raced great at Freehold the other day, and we can go enough to protect the rail. I don't know if he can step out, though, with the likes of Metropolitan in that bunch.
It's going to be tough, but if I recall, 4-Stars King, wasn't he the one that would come down the lane and look like he was going to get beat any minute, and Mike would
Just
get after him,
right
and he'd
in,
just
sure.
dig right in? I mean, he's got plenty of plenty of heart to do it, but I don't think he can step out of the gate as quick as Metropolitan can.
Well, after the post draw, Mark Harder said his best shot in the jug was definitely with Sparkler, the 3-horse, the Confederation Cup champion, who was kind of conservatively handled at Lexington with an off-the-pace effort and raced pretty well in the tightener for this. Paul McDonnell is down for the drive from Ontario.
Canadian horses are always intriguing to me. Sometimes they come up with some big efforts, and this one has proven he can win 2 heats on a half-mile track in the same day. That Confederation Cup is sort of like the Canadian Jug. I had a lot of fun up there one year myself as a fan. And
you didn't have to work?
No, it was Broadway Blues year, in fact. I remember that well. But this horse has only raced once since then. But Mark Carter, when we spoke to him earlier, seemed fairly confident that he'd be very competitive here.
And Brett Pelling looking to make it 2 in a row in Little Brown Jug elimination action with the favorite. Times are changing. Ron Pierce aboard.
Well, Ronnie was telling us how he, was just going to have to check out the rail and check out the outside of him and decide what he would want to do from there. But personally, the way he was talking, the way Brett was talking, I think that he'll be racing from off the pace, and even if he has to move early and go first up, they would rather have that than leave the switch, because he just doesn't seem to have that great kick coming home when he gets used out of the gate.
And this has got to be somewhat of a sentimental moment for Arlene and Jules Siegel and their private trainer Jim Campbell. Jim is going to be leaving the Siegel operation after Lexington. In fact, Arlene and Jules are cutting way back, from what I understand, what they said on the number of horses they'll have in training. And they've got Harry Hornet, who will be their final jug starter together. And Harry Hornet is a horse that they like to get involved. They said you have to send him out of there and get him into play, or else he really doesn't put forth his best effort. And his groom took care of Colt 46. Mike Krychek took care of Colt 46 when he won the jug for Chris Boring.
That could be the key. Ambrose Nest was a great mare out of Dragon's Lair. I remember her well. And this is a son of Arts Place that competed in the cane. His last effort, finishing 5th in the final, of course, coming from off the pace. And we've discussed that numerous times. Very difficult on a half-mile track with that second quarter, 29 seconds flat. He really had no chance in that race whatsoever.
And Harry Hornet, along with 4-Stars King, and Times are changing, 3 geldings going postward in the second elimination, race 11. Dave, looking at the odds board, Times are changing and is expected 3-5. Metropolitan 5-1. I thought he'd be a touch lower than that. Sparkler getting a bit of support as well.
Yeah, this odds board I think is about right from what I expected, to be honest with you. I think a lot fewer surprises than in the opening division.
Well, I think Metropolitan actually at 5-1 from the 8-hole. In my opinion, no matter how quickly he can leave, it's a deficit. And 5-1 seems to fit him okay there. Times are changing. I expected to be the favorite, not quite odds on, but I did expected him to be the favorite. And Sparkler, 4-1, second choice right now, and I do believe that's because Mark said that was his best chance. So I'm sure the public was listening.
Also, I think Rogue Hall might be worth a look at 15-1, getting David Miller. He had a couple of good starts back in June, but has missed a lot of time since.
They were very high on him this spring, too.
4-Stars King, like I said, I don't know if he can get out of the gate quick enough, but from post 1, 27-2 at Freehold in the winner's over. I don't know if that was just a strategy race, just get whomever out of the way and retake, or because I didn't see the race. But if Dave says he can get out of there, I guess he can get out of there.
Starting gate moving into position. We are just moments away from the 11th race today at Delaware, the second division of the Little Brown Jug. Let's head upstairs to the man who will call the action, Roger Houston.
Starter Greg Kuhn. Summon the horses and drivers to the gate for the second division of the Little Brown Jug. From the inside out, 4-Stars King, Yankee Lariat, Sparkler, Times are a-changing, Rogue Hall, Harry Hornet, Armbro Baylor, Metropolitan on the outside. The gate swings around the turn, and here they come for the second division of the Little Brown Jug. They're up and pacing, going right up for the Yankee Lariat on the inside. 4 Stars King, Metropolitan on the outside. 3 wide into the turn, racing 4th. That's Sparkler. Round the turn, times are changing 5th. Racing 6th, Rogue Hall. 7th on the outside. That's Harry Hornet and treading the field. Armbro Baylor down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, 4 Stars King, the leader. Yankee Lariat right there, second all over LaChance's helmet. Opening quarter, 27-1. Into the turn, going to the 3/8. Metropolitan gets away third, racing 4th. Sparkler about to tip to the outside. Times are changing. 5th on the outside. Up the inside, Rogue Hall 6th. Harry Hornet 7th. Armbro Baylor the trailer as they race over to the halfway point. But it's Mike LaChance on top with 4 Stars King. Half and 50, 5 and 4, 28 and 3. Second quarter, John Campbell moves Metropolitan to the outside second. Racing third, Yankee Lariat. Sparkler on the outside 4th. Harry Hornet up the inside 5th. Pierce goes 3 wide with times are changing. Sparkler goes to the outside as well. Down the backside they go. Times are changing. Now 5th, now 4th, now 3rd. 3 quarters, 1:23 and 3. Into the final turn, a little more than 8 to go. Times are changing. 3 wide. 4 Stars King on the outside. Metropolitan stride for stride, nose to nose. 3 of them across the track with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Times are changing on the outside. Metropolitan coming to the wire. Times are changing. Wins the second division. 1:52. Boy, if you weren't standing up for that one, you must have been asleep.
Back-to-back Pelling. Times are changing. A similar trip to first elimination winner Western Terror, coming from a third over there to win in 1:52 flat. And what an effort by Metropolitan, who left the gate, landed third, was kind of gapping a bit coming to the half. John had to tip him at the 3/8 there, and he really looked kind of sluggish, but then he really kicked in about the 3 quarters. 4 Stars King set the pace, and Mike LaChance did everything right there. He'll come back for the big dance, but it's Times Are Changing who gets up for Pelling and Pierce.
Yeah, 4.812 unofficial, but you were right. Campbell sort of had to chase Metropolitan first over. I thought he was in serious trouble, and all of a sudden he surged going to the 3 quarters and never saw the rail, but still finished second. Times are changing as expected. A sweeping move to win it for Ron Pierce.
Well, this Times Are Changing is tough, too. He sustained his move 3 wide around that last turn, and Pierce and Pelling talked about how he liked a target to rally at. Well, he had some big targets there in front of him as Metropolitan digs in between horses. 4 Stars King, you got to tip your hat to him. He raced very well there in third, and Yankee Lariat, who set in behind him, winds up 4th. But Pierce and Pelling are, I guess Pelling's 2/3 of the way there anyhow. He's 1-2 elimination heats.
David Brooks back to the winner's circle again for the Perfect World Enterprises, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, but I do not think they'll be coupled, even though they have the same owner. I think they have special dispensation to uncouple these horses in the second heat, so there'll be different wagering interests.
Here's our ISO shot on Times Are Changing, and Ronnie kind of had to wait a little bit to see what Paul McDonnell was going to do with Sparkler. You could see McDonnell look over, and once Metropolitan kicked on, Sparkler could not go on, and Times Are Changing comes 3 wide as they hook up there, Metropolitan and Campbell between horses. Mike LaChance very aggressive with 4 Stars King, which is how that horse needs to be driven. You just got to keep right after him, and he keeps on digging. But Times Are Changing sustains that big rally on the outside, and he's the one that gets it at the wire. Good stuff, Dave.
Yeah, that was another great race.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the winner's circle. Second division of the Little Brown Jug. Number 4, Times Are Changing. Perfect World Enterprises of Old Westbury, New York. Brett Pelling trains Ron Pierce, the winning driver. Mile and 1:52. Final half, 56-1. Final quarter, 28-2. 3-year-old Gelding, Bacam Skarchak at a Lodi, Hanover. Ron Pierce, Brett Pelling. Times are a-changing. Win the second division of the Little Brown Jug.
Pelling in perfect world, 2 for 2. Times are changing. Makes it 2 for 2 for the favorites as well. Returning 340, 240, and 220. Metropolitan 340 and 260. And the 1-4 Stars King 260, 4-8 Perfecta. I believe it's 16 and change. Super 4812, $289. Click back to your 481 try. Should be pretty chalky, $45 and change.